order, 25 years in solitary confinement. Not allowed to speak to anybody. Allowed to visit once a month from his son to talk about family matters. Forbidden to talk about politics because Hess knows the truth about the peace offer which we turned down in 1940. The peace offer to the British Empire which Hitler made in June 1940 was as follows. I will withdraw all German forces from everywhere in Europe.
Forever.
Provinces which had always been German and which had been taken away from Germany at the end of the First World War. He didn't want any part of Poland or Czechoslovakia or Norway or France.
I will live forever. I've been alive for 254 years. I ain't stopping now. You're blocked, sucker. Fuck off. This stream is going to get copyright blocked.
I felt that the persecutions of Jews throughout the Middle Ages should never happen again. I frequently saw people circulating anti-Semitic pamphlets, and they did not have a good reputation, though at the time I didn't understand why. I assumed that anti-Semitism must have been the result of jealousy or envy toward Jews rather than a sincere outlook. My suspicions were confirmed when the mainstream press replied to the anti-Semites in a dignified manner or just ignored them. I was a diligent reader of the mainstream press. I admired all the information they gave readers and the seemingly impartial way they always presented things. But sometimes the flamboyant style of the journalists was annoying, and I didn't like it. I attributed the flamboyant style to the overall influence of the big city. But over time, I became increasingly disgusted by the manner in which the mainstream press always favored the ruling establishment. It seemed so fake. They praised the establishment so much that I thought it was an embarrassment to our liberal democracy. I was even more disgusted at the way the fake press always attacked Germans. How they meddled in Germany's affairs. It made my blood boil.
Where's the blood? And where's the blood? I'm coming home to make it alright. So dry your eyes. We think the same things at the same time.
It's another box of dogs.
Again, but I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh no, not another box of dogs!
It's another box of dogs!
Let's just start recording it and see what happens. Yeah, so I got a dono earlier, $25 earlier. Thank you for the dono. I think it was 25. He said, finally you're streaming, which is totally fair. I stream about as much as I do anything, which is not much. Anyway, how are you, folks? It's good to see you again. I'm back in the big city. Left my country house. Still a lot of work to do in the country house, but it'll wait. There's a lot of work to fix up that place, but it's a project. It's a project to be worked on, and it's going to be great once it's done. And I get some bees in there. I have some bees, a few chickens maybe. Bees and chickens get along. I figure, this is just my theory, it's not backed by any science, but I figure bees and chickens, they always talk about the birds and the bees, right? Well, it's better if the birds can't fly and lay eggs. Charlie Kirk. Man, this whole thing, this whole couple of weeks has been strange. I'm 7 mushrooms down and 3 vodkas in. So I figure it's the perfect time to start. Okay, so Charlie, I have not done any preparation. Let's look at what I got on the monitor. I've just got my Twitter profile up. Yeah, how do you? My blood flows pure and strong. I'm going to go through some of my tweets. This is actually a I don't know if you remember, but there's a Anthony Jeselnik used to do a thing called Defend Your Tweet, and I thought it was hilarious. He'd just pick out someone's tweet and he'd be like, defend it, and it really was hilarious. So I'm going to go through and defend my tweets. First of all, my pinned tweet, my blood flows pure and strong. A lot of people, I'm guessing, are going to think that this is some kind of white nationalist thing. No, it's actually an affirmation that you should say to yourselves every day. My blood flows pure and strong. My blood is in alignment with the divine. This is what you should say to yourselves every day. And affirm that your blood is good, because your blood listens. If you speak positively to your blood, it will respond positively. It will work better. If you speak negatively to yourself, anyway, point is, I haven't streamed in a while. And I thought I'd just do this. And I thought I'd just record it. We're actually pre-recording this. What was that? I can't believe... can I go back? I can't believe I'm talking to a famous person. You're not talking to a famous person. I'm not famous. Not yet. I'm working towards it. So the thing that occurred to me today... let's just go through the tweets, because I'll get to it. Apparently crisis actor just means fucking shit actor. I'm meant to be going to England next year to act in a film and a play, but I'm nervous about going to a Muslim country. That's actually really, I got to credit Mark Oshka with that joke, because it really is.
Finally, we have new information from Frank here. Check it out.
Standing 25 feet above Charlie's right elbow. Oh yeah, I'm the guy in the white hat making signals to the sniper. Yeah, you probably saw that on the internet. You know if it's on the internet, it has to be true. You know I just got called from an FBI agent 2 hours ago? The guy in the white hat? Yeah, the guy that interviewed me in the hospital last week. There's a guy in D.C. that...
So I'll tell you what's really annoying me about this is that everyone's focused on solving Charlie Kirk's murder, and there are so many conspiracy theories going around. I'm really just going with the guy, even though it looks like, no, the guy that wasn't who did it. But what the fuck is this? Oh, I've got a D-Link. I should probably hook this up so I can plug my laptop into the internet as well, rather than relying on this shitty Wi-Fi. But point is, let me not get distracted again. But so, everyone's so focused on the Charlie Kirk murder and solving it, which is great. I mean, the internet is good for, if it's good for anything, it's good for the weaponized autism is amazing. I mean, I've weaponized my autism to some degree, but not like these internet sleuths. I mean, they're incredible. They're amazing. They have solved so many crimes. I mean, police now just go to podcasts. They don't even go, they just listen to podcasts all day and wait for the podcasters to solve the crimes. So, I mean, what else do you want, really? I think my mic's a bit hot. Let me bring that down a little bit. I've probably been burning your ears a little bit. Wow, what a great audio engineer, hey? Howdy, Dan. 30 years as an audio engineer, 5 years as a producer producing death metal, and all I can bring you is sizzled vocals. Keep chiming in, baby. I got something stuck in my throat. Yes. Oh, yeah. Death metal is what made me actually... producing a death metal album early on in my career as a producer was what made me go, fuck the music industry, to be honest. I got something stuck in my throat. I think we're back on now. Oh, yeah. Death metal is what made me actually... producing a death metal album early on in my career as a producer was what made me go, fuck the music industry, to be honest. 3 weeks stuck in the studio just listening to that nonsense. And I was done. Anyway. So, I'm just concerned that because everyone's trying to solve the Charlie Kirk murder, what else is going on? Okay, so we know that they said, let's not release the Epstein files. Because who cares about that? Who cares? Who cares about some people that got molested in order to, you know, blackmail some politicians? I mean, pick your favorite pedophile. That's where we're at with politics now, is just pick your favorite pedophile. Who's your favorite pedophile? That's where we're at. I like the way the current pedophiles lie to me. I like their lies better than the other ones' lies. I feel like when they lie to me, they mean it. It's coming from a good place. And we do need to take care of Israel because the Bible says we shall. As you know, I like the Bible. I'm reading the Bible. But everything is interpretation. And they've happened to interpret it that the Bible states that you must give us $4 billion a year. I can solve the Middle East crisis. I can solve the Israel-Palestine thing. I got to be honest. I can solve it. All right. You asked for it. I'll solve it. What's that? You are funny. Yes, I am fun. Of course I'm funny. That's why you tune in. Let me ignore the chat. I will pay attention to the members chat. So if you chat in the members chat, I will try and... Let me see. I'll make sure I've got it up. Yes, I do have the members chat up. So if you chat on any of the other platforms, I will get it. Anyway, $4 billion a year, right? Let me switch cameras here. You take that $4 billion a year, right, and you convert it to pennies, and you load those pennies into a fleet of B-52 bombers, and you just have a constant flying over Israel, just sprinkling pennies from heaven. Then the guys are all there going, like, oh, fuck. Do I shoot the baby in the head or do I pick up the pennies? They're going to go for the pennies, right? This solves the Middle East crisis. Anyway, let's get back to this guy. This guy apparently was Charlie Kirk's bodyguard, and he was the one doing all the fucking... Oh, yeah. Tell you what, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the thing that really... let's switch cameras again. The thing that really gets me about the Charlie Kirk thing is there's all these people out there that they were super offended when a guy punched a kangaroo to save his dog. The same people that were like, oh, that guy shouldn't have punched a kangaroo. Oh, man, I'm against punching kangaroos to save your dog. These are the same people cheering for the murder of a man in front of his family. So I don't take them seriously anymore. And as you know, I don't take anyone seriously who got the vaccine because you failed life's greatest test, faggots. Anyway, let's go back to this guy.
He just wants us to check into it. I'm like,
Seriously, if you're vaccinated, go fuck yourself.
are you crazy? First of all, there's a sniper on the roof. Does he need some guy standing 25?
I'm not talking about the people out there that like got one vaccine so they go to work. You know, you did what you had to do. But you people that are fucking lining up for your boosters, go fuck yourself. I don't take your opinions seriously about anything. I wouldn't fucking ask you where to eat. I wouldn't ask you where's a good place to take a shit, you fucking faggots.
Feet from the target to go, yeah, there he is. He's looking through a scope. We just had to check into it, sir.
Frank, I respect you, but frankly, I would have liked a more direct answer. Were you using internal signs for the security team, or was that completely made up? Now, it is a silly note that a sniper who's looking down the scope needs a signal from a guy who's 25 feet off to his side, but okay.
I got to agree with that guy. That guy's overacting. He's overdoing it. And I can't even justify it. Normally I would, I go through every angle. I'm mad on the fucking looking at it from their point of view. This guy, he's overdoing it. Like, maybe he's never been in front of it. No, he's been in front of cameras before. He's aware of it. He's overplaying his hand.
Like the straight answer, and I would have liked that video you were taking.
And I hear this pop, and I see Charlie go back. And my first thought was, no, because I thought this might happen at some point. And I started to head toward him, and the security team was right there. So then I ducked down thinking there would be more shots. And they went that way, I went this way, and I met them at the car.
Now, during the shot, we see him hold the camera, but he's in shock, kind of peeks out, and then he ducks down right here. Now, this is somebody who thinks it was all staged, there was a blood bag, and Frank is in on it. And he's like, well, how would Frank know to get ahead and go secure a vehicle? I would argue with Frank's military background, 8 years, that he would know to go get an exit vehicle right away, and that Charlie was swarmed and had the help he needed. He did mention this gal on the bottom right. You can barely see her with the arms there. Continues to film to the left and doesn't follow the crowd on camera, and that's a little odd. Now let me make something clear. I do believe in crisis actors. If you don't, check out this guy again.
Oh, this guy's great. This guy, like I say, I've been in multiple films and multiple plays, and I've gotten excellent feedback from everyone, and I do think that I am a half-decent actor. But I see a guy like this, and I'm just like, when will I get to this guy's level?
Charlie Kirk, right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. That's just bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy.
So that's got to be trolling. That's all I can think about that. The only explanation for that is that guy is trolling. He has to be. that has to be a troll. There's no fucking way that guy is legit.
Are you kidding me? Like, Frank, however, is a man who's crying over someone that was like a son to him.
Now,
Just in, Christian author Frank Turek, who stood beside Charlie Kirk during the assassination, says Kirk was with Jesus the moment he was hit.
Charlie wasn't there. His eyes were fixed. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. He was with Jesus already. He was killed instantly and felt absolutely no pain. That's what I was told later.
So if you can trust Frank now, I'm going to show you a few interesting details what he's about to say.
And so I texted him. I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. He says, oh, I have. They want me dead.
Apparently, Charlie had some offers of what are the people that protect the president? Those people who protect the anyway. Apparently, he'd had offers of those guys. I can't remember these things. Don't bother me with details. Yeah, those guys who like let the president get shot at and twice. Because you want those guys on your fucking... those are the guys you want on your fucking security detail, right? Let's spread out the chat a little more. There we go. Yay. That moves that over there. Why are you so good looking? Seriously. I mean, it's hard to say. It's just good genes. I'm like that bitch with the genes. Just lucky. Anyway, point is, Mexico. Someone's watching from Mexico. Cool. I just realized any live chats aren't going to come through. They'll come to. I'll answer them in because this is pre-recording, so I'm only on the. Yeah, but I'm gonna come back and forth, so it's all good. It is the fascinating thing, and I don't really buy the narrative. I mean, it is perfectly possible, right? That it was just a guy. Let's back to it. It's just a guy. How are you, Sandy? Good to see you. And the monarch theory. He does seem like, I mean, he is kind of acting. I mean, I don't know. I've been to jail myself, and I know that when you're in that situation, you shut the fuck up. You don't really say anything. So it's possible he's just doing that. Most of my Facebook friends are left-wing F-slur comedians. I stand by that. These people were outraged when they saw a man punch a kangaroo to rescue his dog, yet they celebrated Charlie's murder. They absolutely lost their minds and their humanity. I stand by that. Article by Anonymous Steen. I was married for 15 years. Only after our divorce did I realize I'd never consented to sex. Anonymous. It's pretty clever. They're actually now... Because so many people are now... Like, every time one of these fucking articles comes out, these demoralization articles comes out, everyone's like, every single time. And they're always pointing out that the author is Jewish. So now they're putting him out as anonymous. Which is why I said, article by Anonymous Steen. It's pretty fucking obvious. We know your tactics. I stand by this too. Watch any Godzilla movie and just imagine he has itchy balls and he's angry because he can't scratch them with such short arms. It'll change your life. It seriously will. I don't want to follow any of those people. I don't really want any of this. Like I've stated to you guys before, I'm happy with where I'm at. Because I see people once they get big and they're no, and now they're spruiking products. I'm very happy being able to talk to, aside from the phone, forget the phone chat just for now, just forget that. I'm very happy that I get to talk to you guys, the members, YouTube, X, and Rumble people. I am also on 2 other platforms now, one of them which is Facebook, which no one gives a shit about. I don't even know why. Until I get my numbers up on the Facebook page, I can't stream to it, so I'm streaming on my main profile, but I ignore Facebook for the most part. I post jokes, and that's it. How do you let these incestuous criminals be part of your fucking government? Seriously, what kind of faggots thinks this shit is okay? You seriously need to take a certain people's rights away, and so do we. It's time to get serious and take our country back. Anyone who is against the country's interests will not be a part of it. It's time for the emergency protocol 2-tiered class system. Fuck these idiots. Now, I will admit I was a bit drunk probably when I wrote that. But I stand by it. The thing that I find very annoying is that people seem to think that everyone's got everyone else's best interests at heart, or they are just 100% out to destroy your country and make sure that you live a miserable life. Well, I will fight for my miserable life. Thank you very much.
Let's take Ilan Omar as an example, okay? She comes from a family, and they call her a refugee who came from Somalia, right? They call her a refugee. Her family were the governing party, the Marxist Islamist government in Somalia.
Isn't that fascinating? They imported an oppressor and made her the victim. Isn't that incredible?
Who were overthrown and then fled. Now, technically that makes her a refugee, but she wasn't fleeing oppression, or rather her family weren't fleeing oppression, they were fleeing justice. They were fleeing their own people, holding them to account for the dictatorship that they had established. So you have people like the Omar family, and what do? Do they come to America and see America and go, okay, this is pretty cool. They're not oppressing each other. Let's be part of this. No, they go, hey, how can we oppress them? You know, how can we bring Marxism to America? That's the thought process, and it may be a passive thought process, but it's the thought process. Let's take Ilan Omar as an example.
Isn't that incredible? They're fleeing justice, and the truth shall set you free. That's right, bitches. Let the truth set you free. Hallelujah. Let's bring this thing in, shall we? Isn't that amazing? They oppress one lot of people, and they're like, well, let's go elsewhere and just oppress them. I'm going to eat their fucking veins. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bite into their fucking neck, and I'm going to drink their blood. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink their fucking pissy blood. You know, the only thing I've got to fear now, since I'm one of the last of the unvaxxed pure bloods, the only thing I've got to fear now is fucking vampires, because I'm so delicious. Isn't that right, guys? Hello, notice me. I did notice you. Hello. Namaste. Oh, nice. I've been going to do stream with an Indian friend. I love you too, bro. Sis, whatever you are, whoever you are. I don't know who you are. Sorry, I don't mean to minimize what you're saying, but I don't know. But is the stream lagging, or is it lagging? I reset my camera so it's I reset my camera so it would stop the lagging, because I was having a major problem with that. But there's a lot of people. What do we got? 20k. All right, 20k is not bad. So
3 years ago, it was unthinkable.
Tim Dillon, one of the best to do it in the podcast game, really breaks this shit down really well.
There's no way anyone elected Trump for this. 3 years ago, the right wing solidly supported Israel. Right now, they don't. 3 years ago, it was unthinkable for a majority of the right to have turned against America's funding of Israel. Now you are seeing people under 40 on the left and the right agreeing that America should not be funding whatever the hell Israel's doing. You know, building Las Vegas and the Gaza Strip. Nobody's in for that. Nobody's in for that. When the Israeli finance minister comes out and goes, hey, we spent a lot of money on the war. We got to get paid back a little bit. We're doing a real estate project. It's on Trump's desk. It's all fine. People under 40 are going, hey, man, I can't own a house. I can't pay back my student loans. Why are my tax dollars funding you guys going and building Miami in Gaza? Who's that for?
It's a good question.
Who's that for, and why are people funding it? You know, if you work at a 7-Eleven for 12 hours a day, on your feet, your tax dollars are going so that real estate developers can build luxury condos with, like, floating bathtubs in Gaza. There's no way anyone elected Trump for this. There's zero possibility that people elected Donald Trump so that their tax dollars could go to luxury real estate development in Gaza. And now if you criticize that, they'll take your visa. If you're a foreign student, they'll just shut you down. So shut the up, get out of here. Everybody thinking that Jimmy Kimmel being removed and indefinitely suspended from ABC means that you are winning, you're a fool. Your tax dollars are going to build casinos in Gaza. You're not winning. This is not what winning looks like.
Look, like I said previously, you just got to vote for the pedophile that you like best. You can't. We're never going to get pedophiles that we 100% agree with. Stop thinking that you will. Stop thinking that we will ever get a group of pedophiles that are on our side, right? Okay, I do a joke. I do a bit. I get up on stage and I let it settle and I just kind of stare down the audience for a minute and then I go, I don't think women should vote. It comes out of left field. No one's expecting it. It always gets a big laugh. And I say, but that's just because I don't know. Well, first, I let it marinate for a second because I want people to be uncomfortable because comedy is all about tension and release. So then I release the tension by saying, but that's just because I don't think anyone should vote. Right? And then I say, but especially women. Right? Because that's the joke. That is the joke. But I seriously don't think anyone should fucking vote. Okay, I'm going to try and I'm going to look up this fucking... There's a great... my man... Financial Physics. Axel plays this all the time. And I'm just going to play it because... Ari Shafir. Alright, here we go. This And I know I've played this before, but I'm just going to play it again because... and I'll move this out of the way so we can see Ari. Sorry, guys. But, yeah. Keep commenting, like, and subscribe. Do all that stuff because I love yous. You're the greatest. You keep me going. Not regularly. Not like I should. Not like, not like daily. I'm not you're not making me not lazy anymore. You're not making me not busy, but I do love you. I do appreciate your inputs when I do come on. There's no business like show business. All right, let's go. This is why you shouldn't vote. We shouldn't vote. Now, my conflict with this is, and I will say this straight out, I have been a huge proponent for this. I broke my sword of the Lord. Look at that shit. Broke. Anyway, pure jade broken. Doesn't matter, I'm a millionaire. Doesn't matter, I can afford it. The point is, I've been a big proponent of this. People need to stop voting, and then the only way that there's ever going to be political change is if there's violence. Then we recently saw violence. The thing you always forget, I guess, is that when you say, yes, there needs to be, the only way things are going to change is violence, is you forget that the other side, your people are going to die too. And I think Charlie was the first on the right. As I say, I'm non-partisan. I don't buy into right, left. I think you're all retarded. So, But I was very sad to see Charlie gone. And I was very sad to see people celebrating it on the left because it just shows how far you've lost your humanity and how much you are deceived by a narrative, by a simple fucking narrative. It's a huge problem. People being deceived by a narrative. Because it just shows how easily deceived you can be. Everything that people have come out and said that Charlie Kirk said has been disproven. Everything that they've said he was a racist, it's been shown that he wasn't. Everything he said he was, he said that about black women. It's been everything has been disproven. If you look at the original clips, but it just shows what social media and a mainstream narrative are doing to us as a people. And while I have no love for the left nor the right, in particular, I am way more right-leaning these days just because the left have gone so fucking retarded. And you are retarded, and you can't even admit that, which is a huge fucking problem. But, you do you. That's what they say, isn't it? You do you. I think those mushrooms are kicking in. No, they're not actually. I don't know what's going on. I took 7 mushrooms before. Just because I thought, well, let's see what happens. And I had 3 vodkas. And then I went driving. I'm better at driving when I'm on drugs and alcohol. This is the thing I've discovered about me. I'm so good at doing everything. Do you know, I did an IQ test and I scored 149. And I think back to that and I realized I was off my fucking face. And I did it again a while later and I scored 15 points lower and I was sober. What does that tell you? Huh? It tells you that heroin and meth makes you smarter. Now, if you can't deal with that, I don't know what to tell you. Look at the guys on the street on meth. They're clearly smashing it. Clearly. Anyway. Enough of the nonsense. Let's just hear from Ari Shafir, one of my favorite Jews, by the way. And I want to clear up, once again, I want to say, I love the Jewish people. 90% of the Jews, 99% probably, are wonderful fucking people. I love them. But it's that fucking small percent. And it's the Zionist pieces of shit. Fuck those guys. Build your own country off your own fucking way. I work in payment processing, and it's such a faggot industry. You're just stealing off people constantly. I hate it. I wake up every day thinking I should just fucking quit and blow up everything. I should plant a bomb in the head office. But I don't, because I'm a nice guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's hear what Ari has to say. I think he nails it.
And what about politics?
What about politics?
You don't find it a great
I really don't care
treasure
about politics.
trove of
Some people
material?
do. I don't. I think the system is corrupt. Every time I'm walking on the street, somebody's like, hey, vote for so-and-so. I'm like, it's all corrupt. Anarchy is the only way we're going to change anything.
Damn
Violence.
straight.
Kill a politician. That's the only way you can change shit.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're joking.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, voting is not going to make a difference. It has never. Not in 100 years.
So what would you like to see?
I'd like to see some politicians start getting murdered and reform the government.
Oh my
Do one that's
God.
not corrupted. I'd like to get business out of government, and they're not going to do it. So the only way to do this is start killing people.
Isn't that exactly what
Look
you
around the
don't
world.
want?
How has anything changed around the world?
Yeah.
How has any regime changed happen around the world? Violence. That's the only way. You think people in Arab countries are that much different than us?
Yeah.
Violence. That's the only way you depose a system that doesn't represent the people anymore.
I mean, I think the wonderful thing about the United States is that we can vote, and you do change
Your vote doesn't go anywhere. Your vote doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does.
You can now be arrested and never tried if they say you're a terrorist. Never tried in your life. Just arrested and held forever. Who voted for that?
So shoot them all.
No, not shoot them all. Start shooting them until they get business out of politics and they start representing who we are instead of their money interests. Yeah, violence. That's the only way shit changes, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at history.
Violence is the way.
Tell me when a regime has changed with voting.
Violence.
I mean, I know.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
putting
not
you on the spot.
trying-
That's not fair because you haven't studied this stuff.
I'm all for
I'm
it.
not trying to, murder politicians. I'm not trying to do what I don't like that others do that I would like to change, so I will shoot somebody because I'm pissed off that they're shooting somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not the way that I think, but that's fine. We think differently.
I think even if you don't want to shoot somebody, don't vote. Voting is you saying,
Yeah.
implicitly saying, I support this system.
Yep.
And I don't support it anymore. I don't. We're killing people in Yemen. We're murdering families in Yemen that aren't associated with any sort of terrorist thing. It was just an oopsie when we killed a wedding party. And Obama, the fucking hope change guy, just refused to comment on it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do what you want. It's not going to change. Your voting is not going to change that. I know one way that it'll change.
Violence.
I can look at history and tell you this is the way things change. Look at whenever a black guy gets shot, it's like, oh, it's bad. If this is a riot, no one comments on it. Those things go under the radar. When there's a riot in Baltimore, it's like, hold on, we've got to rethink the system here in Baltimore because people went crazy. That's just in history, here and elsewhere. That's the only way shit changes.
All right, we'll agree to disagree on that.
And I guarantee the only thing they're going to show from this clip is Ari Shafir doesn't say Amy Schumer is the most funny comic in the world.
You heard it here first, folks. Ari Shafir doesn't think Amy Schumer is the funniest comedian. What a piece of shit. I don't know. The more I have no... Yeah, the more I look at... I don't know. The deeper we go into this thing, and I know, the violence is going to come from the left first, as it has. Eventually, the right will arc up and start fighting back. My fangs are out. My fangs are out already. Just fucking, fuck yous. I just don't really, you know. I just wish people wouldn't abandon their humanity like they have. It's very sad. I mean, I'm a Christian. You know, I'm a deeply, not very devout. I don't, you know, I'm not that Christian, but I'm a bit of a Christian. I'm a Christian Taoist, as I've said many times. I'm a Christian Taoist. I like Tao. And I don't really care about any of you. That's my superpower, is I gave up on you all a long time ago. That's my superpower. You all suck. I realized that quite a long time ago. And it really is quite liberating to realize, you know, anyone else had a spiritual awakening recently? That's fucking shit. Really, a spiritual awakening. I think it was Buddha that said, people suck and the world's shit. Pretty sure that was Buddha. That's what it is, man. That's where it's at. Abandon hope. Fuck hope. What do you want hope for? Okay, honestly, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But, you know, oops, I'm moving the wrong thing. You girls, all right? Let's just take a moment to appreciate the girls. The pillow fighting babes in the background. Come on, get it, yeah, woo! I do love I had to blur them because someone complained. I used to have it quite clear in the background. Let's move them over a little bit there. I had to blur them a bit because there was a very fine reveal of an ass. And I am against pornography. I've spoken out against pornography. It is a weapon. It is something I don't like. But I clearly, if you have paid attention to any of my streams, you will know that I am not beyond deception. First time catching this live, and I'm already what? Very loving it. You should be loving it. You should be loving it. I put a lot of it, well, I don't put a lot of effort in, but I do. I put a lot of drugs and alcohol into these streams. Well, not a lot of drugs anymore. I don't really do, but I did have some mushrooms early on. Because they come from nature, man. That's my favorite, when people go, weed, man, it comes from nature, man. Yeah, so does fucking anthrax. Go fuck yourself. I don't like weed anymore. It makes me feel weird. It makes me go, I don't want to be around people. So it makes me more myself. Really? Hey, look, I got a ball. Look, it's got Mickey Mouse with a baseball bat. See, that's what we need. People need to dress up as Minnie Mouse and go out with a baseball bat and smash cunts in the head. It's the only way things are going to change. Look, I'm a dreamer. Clearly, I'm a dreamer. I imagine a world with people smashed in the head. And things will change. Things will change when people get smashed in the face. Punch them in the face, that's what I say. Punch them in the face. Because you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. We can punch people in the face. And if you're lucky, they don't have a gun. That rhymed. I'm a songwriter. You should subscribe to my other channels where I put my songs on. Hey, Constantine, bro, I'm looking for that song, man. It's a great song. It's really good. But I can't find it. But it's really good. It's a really nice song. It's unusual. People always expect me to do metal. And I do sometimes. I do metal, I do punk and whatever. But I more do melodic stuff these days. I just prefer it. I prefer something that takes a bit of fucking effort, you know. Punk was the gayest faggot shit that's ever been faggoty shit on the shitty faggots. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, 3 chords, and I'm going to say stuff. What a bunch of fucking faggots. But I do love it, because we all love a bit of faggot shit occasionally, right? As my man Rodders would say, that's faggot shit. The stream's been going, I don't know, I actually don't have any concept of time. Yeah, I love you too. I hope you don't. I hope I didn't miss. You missed a lot. You missed probably the prime. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we got someone from Hawaii. How's things in Hawaii? Is it all burnt down yet? Does fucking, what's the name, that bitch Oprah own you yet? Does she own your fucking island yet? What a fucking twat. And you get an aloha, and you get an aloha, and you get an aloha. Fuck those cunts. You know, these people are like buying up all the farmland. This is really great. I actually really love this. I love this video. I'm not going to go into the... There's like 1,000 videos of people disproving all the lies. Hang on, I'm going to turn the heater off. It's too hot. There's like 1,000 videos out, more than 1,000. I'd say 1 million videos of people disproving all the lies about Charlie Kirk. But this one was really nice. I really liked this. This was just people monitoring. Why is sources over here? I gotta put that over there. Okay. Sorry, my OBS is doing what it does. Being a retard. Anyway, point is, excited to be a part of. Why didn't that show up? I think I gotta move this up. Ah, there we go. Sorry, chat. I had you off screen a little bit. Okay, so this is just people speaking nicely about Charlie Kirk and showing that. Wait. Let's bring. Sorry, I gotta adjust that. Yeah, this is great. Like this guy pointed out in the comment, I just realized your entire business model requires us normal folk to hate each other. So it does. Ben Shapiro can never get anywhere near Charlie Kirk's legacy. But they will. Apparently one of his main managers is a Zionist Jew. Which is why when he started turning, when Charlie Kirk, like this is what's making everyone suspicious, and it's what's pissing me off about all you faggots out there that are just going, oh, Charlie Kirk was fucking a hateful person. You are buying into the Zionist narrative. You are doing their work for them. Can you fucking understand that? Can you open your eyes for 2 seconds and understand that you are working for the fucking enemy? No, you probably can't because you're too imbued, and all your friends, half of your fucking friends, I'll tell you now, half of your fucking friends want this fucking end to come.
If you are on the left, you are not my enemy.
It is with pride that we announced our next guest. Thank you, Cheng, for coming on.
No problem, Tucker. Thanks for having me on. I think it's important that we have a moment like this where we try to bring the country together.
Amen. I so strongly agree.
Wake up. Because I am telling you, this is not a battle between left and right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thank you.
We have to now meet in the middle.
Do you think that America should just cut ties with Israel altogether? What's your definition of cut ties?
Like stop funding them,
Yes,
stop being
yes,
a military
yes,
arm.
yes, I'm on record saying.
Okay.
What you're doing here is so important, Congresswoman Green, so please thank you, because I know that you now have a target on your back, and I'm sure you're being called all sorts of ridiculous names because you want to, prioritize the American people.
AIPAC needs to register under FARA. I've openly demanded that, and if we had a Department of Justice that was doing its job, they would be investigating AIPAC. But I think the American people see through it, and the tide is rapidly changing, and I tell you, one of the most delightful experiences I've had since I've been in Washington is that I'm finding common ground with people on the left and the right that really want to focus in on America. And I think that's the best thing that can happen, and that's why I'm delighted to have conversations with the two of you, and I look forward to finding more common ground because I think that could be the best thing that could happen for all of us.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia, we appreciate you coming on the Outdoors.
Thank you.
I just want to say this about Congressman Massey. I hope I don't hurt him more in his district by saying nice things. But wherever you are on his ideology, he's a profile in courage. I mean, he's got billions of dollars being spent against him. He's got billions of dollars because people don't want the Epstein release. He's got billions of dollars because AIPAC has been attacking him.
This is my favorite fucking thing ever, seeing people come together, because if there's one thing these cunts fear, it's people coming together. And people talk about this. People are like, oh, we need to come together, but I need to kill Nazis. The more you kill people Nazis, they don't call you Nazis because they call you Nazis so they can kill you. They call people Nazis. If I can turn one fucking person away from this bullshit fucking narrative and wake you up, I will be happy. I will have done my fucking job. Because that's all I fucking care about. Come to the truth. This is all we fucking care about. You're never going to get any change while there's this left-right paradigm. We all know who the fucking enemy are, right? But you're all too fucking... Like, seriously, everyone is just too fucking... Oh, my side. I don't know a single... You are so flipping smart. Thank you. 149 IQ. I'll let you have that. I'll let you know that. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. There's not one person I know that is a homophobe in this day and age. I thought about this the other day. There is a guy down at the local supermarket who is clearly a young gay man. And he's absolutely lovely. I love when I get him on the fucking... When I'm coming through the checkout and I get him. Because he's just a lovely guy. He's just a wonderful young man. Clearly gay. No one cares. He's nice to everyone. He's just... Like, he doesn't engage on any kind of level beyond being, I'm serving you and I am nice. Now, I go to a bar. There is a bar that I sometimes go to. I haven't been there for a long time. I'm not even going to name it. But it's one of those bars where they're like, we're inclusive. We include everyone. And behind the bar, many times I've been there, is like a trans person. And they are so fucking aggressive. But they don't understand that that aggression begets aggression. And everyone comes up to them and they're like, oh, they're super nice to them. And they're like, oh, what do you want? And they're so fucking horrible. They're just a horrible fucking person. If you're a horrible fucking person, you deserve the horrid fucking treatment you get. Be halfway decent to people and you will get halfway decent fucking treatment back. I swear to God, I think all this fucking sense of homophobia. There was an experiment done a while ago. I don't know if you've heard of this, but there was an experiment done a while ago where they brought these women in and they said, you're going to go in and you're going to have a job interview and we're going to put scars on your face. We're going to do makeup and put scars on your face. And they would make them up and they would put these scars on their face. And they're like stickers that you attach. If you've ever done any acting and if you've ever had scars put on your face, they're just stickers that they put on. So they would make them up and they would cover them in these scars. And they showed them themselves in the mirror and they showed them covered in scars. And they said, right, now you're ready to go into this interview and you're going to have this job interview and we're going to see how it goes. And they go, all right, I'm ready. And they would be in their mind, they're like covered in scars. And before they went in, they said, okay, we're just going to do a few touch-ups and we're going to do some touch-ups on the makeup. And they removed all the scars and they made them just look like regular people. And they went in to this interview thinking that they were covered in scars while not having a fucking single blemish on their faces. And they came back afterwards and they said, how did it go? And they all reported, oh, these people were just looking at my scars. They were just judging me for the scars on my face. It was terrible. Not one of them had a single thing on their faces. It was all inside them. Everything is inside you. The hatred you see in the world is inside you. I mean, honestly, I spoke before about there needs to be killing and whatever. I really hope we can get past that. I really hope that we can do without that. My hope is that people can come together and get through this without any more fucking bloodshed. I'd really like to see that. I'd really love to see more people coming through this and us coming together and realizing no one gives a shit. Leave the kids alone. That's all we care about. And you know, all this stuff that's attacking children, that's not you. That's not the people. That's the narrative. That's the huge, overwhelming beast that is coming at us. And I mean, seriously, if you are coming at the kids and you want to fucking fuck the kids, well, fuck you. I hope you do get a bullet in your fucking head, you fucking pedophile cunt. I fucking hope you die in a fucking crevice somewhere, you piece of fucking garbage. Alright? You know what I'm saying? I think we can pretty much all fucking agree on that. Oh man, I was going to stop cursing. I really want to stop cursing. But tonight, I have probably cursed as much as I have ever cursed on any other stream, any other live stream. So, I guess tonight, I'm just racking this one up to whatever. I don't know, man. We've got to come together as a people. This, like, we all know this. This is the most basic shit ever. We all know that we've got to come together. All comedy aside, all fucking whatever aside. Because you do realize I am trying to be funny on these streams. Many people don't. But look, we need to get the easiest way to come. I had an idea years ago that the way we come together as a people is we get the fucking leaders out of the room. We get the people who steer the narrative out of the room and we let people talk as humans. Because every fucking time, I've had so many situations online where I have arguments with people on Facebook. I have like disagreements, we have debates and all sorts. And no one ever wins those things. I mean, I usually do, but no one really wins. But that's just because I have a large penis. But no one really wins those things. And you meet in real life, and everyone's like, hey, how you doing? Everyone just puts their differences aside, and we're like, hey, let's have a drink, do some comedy, make some art, make some music, make whatever. Let's have a good time. That's what it always comes down to. People just want to be people. People just want to live. Put all your prejudice aside. All your views on racism and whatever. Just try for a week, for 1 week. Just go out into the world assuming that no one is racist and no one wants to hate you. No one is a homophobe and no one wants to hate you. No one hates women and wants to fucking oppress you. Understand that people want to protect you. People want the best for you. And live like that just for a week. Just try it. And I swear to God, you will find whatever community you're a part of. That's the thing about what I was saying before about the trans person behind the bar. They would come at you like, oh, you're a transphobe. You're going to hate on me. This was in Brunswick, for fuck's sake. One of the most progressive suburbs in one of the most progressive fucking cities in the fucking universe, Melbourne. I'm just really having fucking trouble dealing with, like, swimming in a sea of average is a real fucking problem. Seriously. I'm being honest in this stream. I'm just fucking letting it go because I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I really am. Anyway. What was the best thing that happened to me today? Best thing that happened to me today, I woke up. Yo. Turn the mic up. If you didn't catch that, that was a reference to the one and only movie. What the hell is going? Oh, I see. I've turned the. Okay, that was a reference to the movie No Country for Old Men. I think we can all agree that this has been one of my greatest streams ever. Not even any guests. If anyone knows where Andrew Roberts is, tell that fucker to get in touch with me. I've been trying to reach that fucking guy. Andrew Roberts, where are you, you fuckstick? Come on the stream. Kirk, we'll do a stream. I think we can all agree. Anyway, I did have to start the stream again during that. That was all pre-recorded. I don't know if you caught that, but that was... I was jumping in and out. It was pre-recorded. Just thought I'd try that. I gotta say, I think it worked. I was probably more honest than normal. What's that? Is that the girls? Yeah, I gotta keep the girls in. Anyway. So I do believe this stream... I do have to start the stream again, but this stream is definitely going to get copyright struck. Well, the first one is, but it's got the same name, so I think they're going to... I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens because I didn't bother changing the name. But we are currently live now. But I do have this song in my head. Always Love by Nada Surf. It's a great song. I love it. I am aware that I'm not... And I know everyone, because I interviewed Steve Hughes many times, everyone expects me to be playing metal, and I do play metal. I listen to a lot of Tool. I love Tool. I love the band that I produced were called Corpse Molestation first, which is hilarious. They had to change their name to Bestial Warlust because every time someone would say, they'd say, "What's the name of your band?" And they'd go, "Corpse Molestation." They'd go, "What?" They'd have to repeat themselves. So they got so sick of repeating themselves that they changed their name to Bestial Warlust. If you find that album, you'll see that I produced it. I think it's called Vengeance War Till Death, which kind of gives you an idea of the vibe that I had to put up with for like 6 weeks straight. It was horrific. And that was what made me go, I'm pretty much done with the entertainment industry.
To make a mountain of
your life is just a choice.
But I never learned enough.
Alright, I don't want to get copyright zapped immediately. I might play that at the end. I don't know. I should be playing my own stuff. I guess my ex music making bro is probably not watching because I X'd him out. I don't know. I might play Nada Surf. I might play some. How does I gotta say, there's a guy now. He used to work with Alex Jones. I'm a big fan of his. Used to play with Alex Jones, but now is what the fuck have I done here? Is now starting his own thing, and there seems to be a war between him and Alex Jones, which is kind of hilarious, but at the same time I feel for this guy and I want to support him. Let me see. Let me just see if I can find him, because he's definitely worth supporting. I'd definitely say, like, if you can support him. He's starting his own. It's a bit hard going up. I would imagine it's very hard going up against Alex Jones. Like he is such an animal. I saw a post he put out, and, you know, we all get things wrong. But he put up a thing saying this looks like an exit wound with the Charlie Kirk thing. He was like, "Oh, this looks like an exit wound to me." And he goes, "I'm no expert. I'm no ballistics expert." And Alex Jones came on, and it's a great reply. I gotta say, Alex Jones is a fucking killer. He came on and he just said, "No, you're an expert in smoking weed." Which I just thought was genius. It's a great, but that's what he's up against. But Alex Jones is like, he's not what he used to be, and he's very much pro-Israel. And I don't for a second, I do not blame Alex Jones for that. If I was sued for $1 billion, I'd be careful with what I say too. And Alex, like, if it's one of those things, if you know, you know. Like, seriously, if you know how this shit works, the fact that Alex Jones defends Israel so much, and anytime any of his boys talk about the Jews and stuff, he just comes in and shuts it down. After what's happened to Alex Jones, like, if you know what to look for, you know what you're gonna see, and you will see what's really going on. I mean, oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Alright, I gotta show you this. Okay. Rothschilds. Donald Trump is threatening to destroy the New World Order. Says president's nationalism will destroy globalism forever. Here's a picture of Rothschild. Look at the numbers on this. Look at how many retweets. 33. 33. The Mason number. But if you know, you know. You know what I mean? I mean, I know that there's certain levels of this stuff where it's like, well, you're going to see things where you're going to see things. Look at that. 333. I am a 33.6. Which is, it's very confusing. Oh, look at that. 133. Remember the COVID thing where they came out and they were like, there's 33 new cases. There's 33. All across all the media, they were like 33, 33, 33. What are the fucking chances? What are the chances that it was actually 33? What are the chances? It's the same as I say, the 6 million number is wrong. You know how I know it's wrong? Because natural fucking numbers... No, what is it? I'm too drunk for this. Equal numbers do not appear in nature. You cannot say it's 6 million. I can say it's 5,999,999, or it's more. But to say it's 6 million. But if I say it's 6 million, if I say it's not 6 million, I get cancelled for that. Even though even numbers do not appear in nature. So fuck you is what I say. Because as soon as you impose logic on any of these fucking systems which keep us just mentally retarded, as soon as you impose fucking logic on any of this shit, it's done. Alright. Looking up Alex Jones is not helpful. How about the War Room? I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name offhand. They will have deleted him from the internet. Man, I hate my brain so much that it forgets. War Room. The War Room is the epitome of honor and discipline and brotherhood found in the... this is Andrew Tate. I do love Andrew Tate. I do enjoy Andrew Tate, but mostly on an ironic level. But he does say some great shit sometimes. I love the shit that he says sometimes. But mostly what he says is, alright, the War Room show. What's this? Man, I hate my brain just forgets so much stuff. I've been taking not just magic mushrooms. I've been taking lion's mane mushrooms to try and repair my brain from 30 years of severe drug abuse, where I was basically trying to stab my brain in the face. Stabbing it in the face. I think we can all agree that this is my greatest stream ever. Not even any guests. How about that? Incredible. What if I go... Anyway, I think I'll give up on this because I just cannot... It'll come to me. It'll come to me. eventually. Okay, I've got my bookmarks. Look, let's go through. Look, here is a message that I think, and Dan Andrews, you're watching Dan Andrews. You're a fan of the show. Dan the man, come on the podcast and defend yourself, fucker. Come and defend yourself, you fucking cretin. I would love to have Dan Andrews as a guest. I would even suck him in and be like, no, you did what you had to do. Love you, Jess. All right. This is a message I can definitely get behind, and I think you all need to get behind. This guy nails it.
I think it's important to remind everyone that the only reason why we're not yet living in a 15-minute city on 23-hour lockdown, wearing masks, eating bugs, getting a cancerous shot in our body every other week, plugged into a hive mind to slave away to the elite, it's because of us. It's because of us who went on the streets at every opportunity since 2020. It's because of the truckers in Canada, the farmers in Europe.
Yeah.
It's because of the so-called conspiracy people who blew the lid off this whole anti-human agenda. It's because we said out loud what most of us were thinking, that we're still somewhat free. So before you judge your crazy, racist, misogynist friends, know this. There's nothing in it for us. We take all the heat, we take all the insults, and we deal with the consequences, and the censorship, and the loss of revenue, and the assassination of character, so we can make all of us free. And that includes you. So next time you see one of your crazy conspiracy friends, do your future, your family, and yourself a favor, and show them some respect.
Yeah, and just say fucking thank you. Thank you. That's what we want to hear. The amount of fucking people out there that are like, oh, fucking, I've just found out that fucking all this bullshit was real and fucking, Never once. I have not seen one fucking person go, hey, you guys were right. Not one fucking person, not one fucking cunt out there has ever gone, hey, you guys were right. There was one guy through the whole fucking pandemic, no matter what we did, me and the rest of us that were fucking fighting against this, and Andrew Roberts is one, and I'm trying to fucking locate that cunt, but he's disappeared. Where are you, Andrew Roberts, you fucking poofter? That fucking cunt went above and beyond for you fuckers, and you fucking threw him out. You chewed him up. And you fucking John Doe, you fucking cunt. You ended up in hospital with fucking heart disease, you fucking poofter. Look at you, in hospital going, oh, me heart. What did you get? You got the fucking vaccine, you fucking faggot. That's what you did, isn't it? And you threw Andrew Roberts out. Like a piece of shit. He was fucking fighting for you. Granted, he's mental. All right? Granted, he's mental. I'm mental. We're all fucking mental. But it's the mental cunts that'll set you fucking free. You fuckers. You fuckers. That's what I say. Fucking unbelievable. And I totally lost track of what I was saying. Doesn't matter. But you do owe us an apology, and I will accept a box of chocolates. Fucking bullshit is what it is. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
I think it's important to remind everyone that the only reason why we're not yet living in a 15-minute city on 23-hour lockdown, wearing masks, eating bugs, getting a cancerous shot in our body every other week, plugged into a hive.
We just watched that. All right. These ladies shall refer to did in fact lack brain power. Oh, this is one of the things that Fuck it, let's just keep going.
You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
So, interestingly, that is the quote that has been going around the internet and convincing people on the left that Charlie Kirk was this outrageous bigot. But let's hear a bit of fucking context, shall we?
If we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were
So it was these 4 black women.
affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist.
And not to mention, it was what they said. It was not what Charlie Kirk said. It was what they said.
But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
If you're going to quote somebody, quote them correctly. He never said black women. We can agree on that. What he said was that
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson.
fill in the blank. Only reason that Charlie is going on this rant is because they said themselves that they are there due to affirmative action. Very possible it kept an Asian or white person from getting that position that they rightfully deserve. If you want to see other videos on context when it comes to what the left is saying versus what the full clip says, follow me for more.
And look, we all know that inside every Asian person and black person, there's a white person trying to get out. And we should help them with that. We need more white people that know Kung Fu. Ah, man. What fun. What fun we have here. Ah. It's so easy to take people out of context. It's also so easy to shoot someone in the fucking face. Because that's what the world's coming to. I think it's coming down to either, like, by the way, I did notice a tree on fire outside just before, while I was replaying the thing I played before. I did notice a tree which is situated exactly above a church on fucking fire before. Seriously, I did. But has the riff thing happened today? Because I'm pretty sure the riff thing was supposed to happen today. Tuesday, they said the what's it called? Here's Corinthians. Let's see if it mentions it in here. Paul, called to be an apostle of Jesus Christ through the will of God. And I think I'm going to be a while finding it. The repudiation or whatever it was supposed to be today. Doesn't seem to have happened. The internet rarely gets anything right. Can we trust it? Can we trust the internet? I don't think we can. Anyway. I am hoping to get Steve Hughes back on here, but he's probably watched some of my streams and gone, I don't want to be anywhere near that mental fucking cunt. That's alright, because I know no one really watches the streams except for the phone. Except for the phone chat. How you doing, phone chat? And my friends. I'm very grateful for the stream. I'm very grateful for COVID. I've said this many times before. Very grateful for COVID. I am aware I'm jumping around a little bit. I don't care. That's entertainment, baby. I'll play guitar in a minute. The misuse fascism and socialism in the US as an Italian. This was interesting, but I don't quite know what to make of it because he doesn't say much of anything. He just points out that everyone's wrong, which is kind of what I do. It's stealing my fucking bit, man. But it is interesting because he knows what the fascisms are. I will be, me and Nico have been meaning to do a thing for a while, but I've got to buy a bunch of alcohol. And I don't, even though I have been drinking tonight, I don't like drinking anymore. I can't drink that much. I am working on getting myself to a state of health where I can get fucked up again properly. I'm a bit fucked up tonight. Hey, check this guy out.
As a person that is Italian and went to German school in Italy, I believe that I have a very good knowledge of what happened in the 1940s in Europe, Italy and Germany, okay? And I believe that Americans are misusing the term socialist and fascist, which you know exactly what I'm talking about, let's call it the F word, in the worst possible...
So my computer just died briefly, but I do hope it's still working. What does that say? Hey, Roger, how are you, buddy? Appreciate your efforts, thanks. Hey, how are you, Roger? Haven't seen you for a while. So I haven't streamed much, mate. I've been in the country trying to fix the house and take care of my dad and stuff. It's a very weird time. It's a weird time to be in life. But how are you, bro? It's fucking good to see you, man. Anyway, let's I do try. I really don't. I really don't that much. I try, but I don't try. That's part of my charm. But check out this guy. This guy's really interesting. He's like a Italian guy that's in Germany.
As a person that is Italian and went to German school in Italy, I believe that I have a very good knowledge of what happened in the 1940s in Europe between Italy and Germany, okay? And I believe that Americans are misusing the term socialist and fascist.
Fascist.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Just say fascist.
F word in the worst possible ways. First of all, I would like to remind you that in Germany, the party that was in control was called National Socialist Party of Germany. Which leads me to the next point. Germany and Italy in the 1940s were more of a welfare state and socialist than any kind of party in America today. I repeat, 1940s Italy and 1940s Germany were more socialist and a welfare state with free pensions, with free education, with free vacation, as long as you follow what the state was doing and everything.
Now, isn't that interesting? He points out that in the socialist state, you have to follow what the state is doing. I mean, who didn't know that, though? Don't we all? Don't we all? It's a panda bear. Don't we all know that you have to follow the state and what they're doing? I think that is a good point that he makes.
Any kind of political affiliation and party and people that you have in America, not even Bernie Sanders gets that close, okay? That's how far it goes. This is why I believe that the extreme right using the term socialist and the extreme left using the term fascist and everything is the most stupid thing in the world. This is the beauty of studying history, being an immigrant in America and being able to observe society from the outside. It's beautiful. It gives you a different point of view. It makes you almost feel superior. Number two, and this is very important,
I can relate to that.
Thing that in the 1940s was happening was the silencing of people on the other side that were too dangerous for your own political affiliation. And what has been happening in America with social media in the past 5 years with censorship on the right and censorship on the left, and what happened, for example, a few days ago in Utah, are the perfect representation of what I said, especially the reactions to it. So Be careful what you say, analyze history, and you might realize that you are deep in it. Ciao.
It's a pretty good video, actually. Hey, Roger, do you want to come on and have a chat with me sometime? Because fucking people who follow this channel are high IQ, smart people. That's what I find. That's what I have found. Just from you know, just from doing this stream for a while, the people that get involved in this chat, in this fucking channel. Anyway, if you want to come on, man, the BoxOfDogs@gmail, just email me, and we'll fucking organize it, man, because it's cool. Anyway, anyone wants to come on, anyone's welcome to come on and have a chat. I don't care who you are. Like, I'll talk to anyone, except pedophiles. Fucking put them up. There's actually there's been a bit of a big outrage about a there was a show in the 1970s, and it was put on ABC and it was hosted by a guy called Richard Neville. And I don't know if anyone remembers Richard Neville, but he was an interesting character, but he was an intellectual. And I always kind of admired the guy because he was an absolute subversive. It took me a long time to realize that he was just an absolute subversive. But Richard Neville, he wrote a book about a guy who murdered people in Vietnam or Thailand or somewhere. And the whole point of the book was like, feel sorry for this guy. And it was horrific. This guy would drug tourists and throw them on a fire and burn them to death. And he was like, no, you should totally feel sorry for this guy. And when I was younger and more on the side of the left, I really I didn't get it. I didn't get what he was doing. I was just sucked into that paradigm of like, let's just feel sorry for people and understand that they had a hard life. And so when they murder and rape people, we should feel sorry for them. Which is the most bullshit thing I've ever heard. You don't feel sorry for those people. You murder them in turn. Eye for an eye, all the way. That's what I believe. Eye for an eye. Seriously. That fucking guy who murdered that girl on the Irina guy, the Irina girl, Irinka, whatever her name is, the Ukrainian girl. They had all the woke fucks in fucking knots because they didn't know what color they should change their fucking profile pictures to. Those fucking people, man. You don't feel sorry for them. You put them to death immediately. You just end them. I don't have any sympathy or empathy for these fucking people. I have sympathy and empathy for people who just want to live their lives peacefully. That's who I have empathy for. The rest of these fucks can go to hell, because that's where they're from. Hell. Fuck them. I just can't. I can't do this anymore. I can't live in this world anymore. I hate this world enough. I hate people. I hate humanity enough as it is. And at the same time, I love humanity. It's a very weird position to be in. It is the Christian position to be in. People don't understand Christianity. The more I understand about Christianity, the more I understand Jesus, the more I understand everything. And it's all about the nature of the universe. People, there are all these fucking people out there just going, oh yeah, fucking, we need to get in touch with nature. They are so fucking out of touch with nature. It's unbelievable. There is a universal order. There is an order to the universe. There is the way things work. If you want to be in touch with nature, Go the fuck out in it and spend 6 months in nature. See how you fucking fare. See how you come back weak as piss. If you fucking survive, you pagan fuck. We were put on this earth for a fucking reason. We dominate nature. We do not fuck with nature. We dominate that shit. Fuck nature. Fuck nature. All you fucking people out there are like, oh, we need to get in touch with nature. Go spend 6 months in it. Go, enjoy yourselves. Go live under a tree for 6 months, you fucking pussies. See how you do without fucking central heating, central cooling, and a fucking plumber. Go on. See how you fare when a tick gets under your skin and you just start going, I don't know why I'm so fucking weak every day. I just... See how you get by without fucking antibiotics, you fucking pagan faggot. Fucking so sick of you cunts. And look, I love nature. Doesn't sound like it, but I do. I love nature. I respect nature. But there's a reason we exist outside of it. But we must exist within the order of the universe. There is an order to this universe. And we must exist within that order. We have gone so far outside nature at this point that we are just like, we can do anything. You think homosexuals are going to populate the fucking earth thanks to science? That's not going to happen. And that is not homophobic. That is just reality. You fucking shit on heterosexual couples. You shit on the fucking natural order. And you think this shit's all going to work out. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh man, I'm going hard tonight. Fuck this. You exist within the natural order, or you don't fucking exist. You die. That's just the reality. Plenty of people can exist outside of it, but we need people within it to maintain the natural order. Otherwise, nothing exists. I mean, these are the basic fucking tenets of philosophy. Every fucking philosopher is just like this fucking... I'm going to find a workaround. I'm going to find a workaround to fucking overcome this shit, and I'm going to fucking become God. Fuck you. No, you're not.
Woof, woof.
Exactly, Steve. That's what I say. Woof, fucking woof. Man, Steve, if you're watching, get back on the show, will ya?
Don't forget Benjamin Netanyahu. And I have another thing I want to tell to the Jewish people. You are a God-fearing, good people ruled by Satan-worshipping gangsters. Okay?
Yes. Yes, right? We need, and I've made this point online several times, we need, because we're not allowed to criticize the Jews, right? We need the 90%, the 95% of Jews who are fucking awesome people, the people that I love. We need you guys to pull the others, that last 5%, in line.
Okay? The Israeli flag should have been the menorah. Instead, you have a satanic symbol, okay? That is a satanic symbol on your flag. That is not a Jewish symbol. Why isn't the menorah on the Israeli flag? I'll tell you why. Because the Rothschild family who created Israel worship Lucifer. They worship Satan. They don't worship Yahweh. They're not real Jews. Their real name is Bauer. They're using you. And you're making fools of yourself by going along with this insane plan. Hurry up and arrest those criminals who have taken over leadership of your society. This is not a joke. There's enough evidence out there for everybody to know it's true. It's all over there. Anybody who has done any research in the well-documented, thoroughly proven facts will know that a criminal gang has controlled your financial system for the past 300 years, and they are planning genocide. They must be stopped.
They must be fucking stopped. Do you understand what's going on in Palestine now is human sacrifice? That's all it is. They could get rid of the Palestinians so many ways. I don't know if you've seen this story that's come out recently that says, Hamas have executed 3 people, 3 Palestinians. Now, we don't know the story. We don't even know if that's true. And I see that story everywhere as people are about to, as world leaders are about to declare Hamas, or as declare Palestine a legitimate state in the UN, which is going to do nothing, by the way, because the US has the fucking veto power. So it's going to do nothing. So no matter how many fucking people, no matter how many fucking world leaders around the world go, we recognize Palestine as being a legitimate state, the US has veto power, which means Israel has veto power. Do you think Israel are ever going to recognize Palestine? So I don't even know if that's a true story. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I see it online and I automatically go, this seems like a psyop. But then again, maybe they have. But once again, we don't know the full story. So it's nuts. All I know is people are sick and tired of people watching children be murdered. This is what we care about. We don't like seeing children be murdered. We would like a 2-state solution or something. What we don't like is seeing children be murdered and molested. And people wearing T-shirts saying, 1 shot, 2 kills, with a pregnant woman. It's just insane at this point. I mean, we've got... I don't know. I don't even care that much anymore. I'm so over this shit. I think it's all part of a psyop. But this is human sacrifice. This is what they're doing. They are committing human sacrifice. If you know anything about human sacrifice, and... fuck, maybe I need to reach out to Mike again and get him back on. In fact, yeah, I think I need to get Mike back on. I'm going to email Mike and ask him to come back on because we need to discuss all this stuff. And I respect Mike. I don't... Once again, and this is the reality of every person in the world, I don't agree with everything he says. What do you think, guys? Should I get Mike back on? Let me know. I think Mike would have it because he has talked, like, I'm still reading his book, Logos Rising, and I want to get the Jewish Revolutionary Spirit and Baron Metal and all of his other books because his perspective is wild. And I don't care whether his perspective is right or wrong. I don't ever think in terms of right or wrong. I think in terms of ideas. Like, does this make me think? Does this make me question things? I mean, I imagine you guys are the same. Because, like, people that follow this channel... honestly, just for a moment of honesty, like, you guys... that follow this channel and listen and engage, like beyond this other nonsense. Like, I feel like we're having real conversations here. And I feel like we're actually breaking. And I don't know, sometimes, I swear to God, I keep wondering, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I just mental? Am I just having another fucking psychotic episode? Am I headed back to the psych ward? And I just don't know anymore. I can't figure this shit out. But then I see, like, the Charlie Kirk thing. He spoke truth. All he did was speak truth, and he gets killed for it. And as my man says in the Bible, they will hate you for it. Which I gotta say is the worst. It's the worst fucking, like, propaganda to get people to join. Hey, do you like being hated? Do you like being murdered and tortured? That's what it is to be a Christian in this day and age and fight for truth. But here, this, and Sandy gave me these. This shit is what makes me think I am on the right path. Like, look at this. Cricket corn chips. Okay? Real ant candy, which I do want to try. I really do want to try this. I'm tempted, like right now, I'm tempted to fucking have a go. Should I eat some real ant candy? That's got an ant in it. Like, look at that shit. I don't know if you can see it, but each candy has a real fucking ant in it. And this is my favorite. Cinnamon churro mealworms. That's the shit that makes me think we are on the right path here. All jokes aside. I don't know, man. I feel like I do. I feel fucking alone. Aside from you guys, I feel absolutely alone. Like, it feels like the entire world is against us. I don't know how to I just keep, like, at what point do you go, you know what? Since everyone is telling me I'm wrong, at what point do you go, okay, I'm wrong? I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. It's tough. But I don't know. Everything I understand, everything I've come to understand, everything I've read. Like, I'm reading more again, which is really good for me. Reading rather than being on social media and stuff, it is like really is powerful to read. It's more powerful to read. But the more I read, the more I'm convinced that we're right. But I don't know what the answer is. I mean, do we go to a violent solution, or do we go to... I don't see that we can bring the world together anymore. I don't think we can bring people together. It's like social media. Social media is destroying us, and I just feel like I'm part of that exact problem. Chimera, how are you, brother? Do you want to come on and have a chat with me sometime, man? You're welcome to come on. All of you are welcome to just come on and have a chat with me. Reading Evola. Amazing stuff. Okay, I've got to read that too. I got to admit, I have been going very much down the Christian path because I find it fascinating. Although, I will say this, I'm not a flat-out Christian. I'm a Christian Taoist. I relate as much to the Tao as I do to Christianity. You know, I've been reading, what's that German guy's name? Nietzsche. I've been reading Nietzsche, which is counter to Christianity in so many ways. Here. Evola. Chesterton is fucking... Hey, mate. I went to the dentist the other day. They did a feeling on my back. I hope you get a pain-free dentist, brother. And reach out anytime. theboxofdogs@gmail.com. Yeah. Stay strong, my man. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you, my man. Really do. I don't know. I've been reading about, like, the more I understand about Judaism as well, the more I understand about Christianity. Like, there's a whole depth to the Bible that we don't seem to understand. And it's just all these little things. There's so many little things, like when he says the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. You got to understand what salt of the earth is. Because back then they used to collect salt from the Dead Sea, and people would collect this salt and they would sell it. And unscrupulous salt sellers would collect salt with sand in it. And that's when he said, when salt loses its saltness, what is it good for anything? And this was what it was. It was unscrupulous salt dealers, basically, selling garbage. And it was useless for anything. It wasn't much good for anything. It was because it was so adulterated with dirt. And so they would just throw it out and ground it into the earth. But salt, back then, the salt from the Dead Sea, and I imagine still, it's probably amazing stuff. Earn your salary. 100%. Yeah. That's powerful, man. Earn your salary. Anyway, the salt. As you're saying, earn your salary. The salt. You would earn. Because salt used to be like money. But the salt contained so many minerals that you could put it on plants and it would act as a fertilizer. It contained saltpeter and I can't remember all the different minerals it contained, but it contained all of this stuff which helped the plants to grow. So it would help good things grow. But at the same time, and he said, when salt loses saltness, neither is it good for the field nor the dunghill. The dunghill was like the back of your house. You would go out the back and you would take a crap and you would have a box of salt, and after you'd taken a crap, you would put salt on the crap, and it was an antiseptic. So the salt of the earth, the point of being the salt of the earth was someone who would kill the bad things but help the good things grow. That was the point of being the salt of the earth. But so many people now are making the bad things grow and killing off the good things. This is the world we live in. But I suspect that we have not changed, that nothing has ever changed. 2,000 years ago he spoke about this. I don't know, I got to read some other stuff. I got to start reading something else. I'm getting a bit obsessive about this, but it just seems it's the truth. You know, the two highest IQ guys, there's a guy out there that's like 200 IQ. He says Jesus is God. Jesus was God's representative on earth. There's another guy that's like 270 IQ, an Asian guy. He says the same thing. He says Jesus was God. Like, these are the highest IQ people on earth. And I find it hilarious because lower IQ people say that believing in this stuff is low IQ. And I've got no love for religion. I've got to tell you right now, I have no love for religion. I think religion is about control. It's about controlling the masses. I go to church quite a bit. I go to church when I can. When I'm in the country, I go to church because I enjoy it. I just find it a nice thing to do. It's just a nice thing to do, to go to church. Even though I'm not confirmed, I'm not Catholic, there is a Catholic church in the small town where I have a house that I am fixing up. And I plan to raise some bees one day and some chickens, birds and the bees. Anyway, I find it a nice thing to do, just go to church. It's an hour out of my week. But the amount of nonsense I feel when I'm sitting there, I'm just like, this is kind of crazy. This, like, honestly, I've actually been thinking, since I have been going to church recently, I have honestly been thinking that I would like to start a church of my own where we get up and we jump around. Like, if you're going to worship something, don't just sit there and be like, oh, you are so great. Oh, you are so magnificent. Get up and move. It says in the Bible, right? It says in the Bible, don't you know your body is a temple? Your body is a temple for your soul. So make it move. Express yourself. I want like a dance party. That's what I want to do. I want to have like a church that's just, you go along and it's just hours and hours of just people just, yeah, like just getting down. That's what I want to do. Maybe that's my purpose. I don't know. The other thing about, I mean, and I keep, like, I know myself well enough to know that I could turn on all this at any point and turn towards the other side. I don't want to, because I don't think that's, I think that is, but the Jews are smart people. That guy, there was a Jew out there, there was a guy who was like considered the Messiah, and he was like, we need to render this world unto filth in order to bring about the Messiah, because that's what it would take. And I believe that is what they're doing. I believe that that is what Israel's doing. That is their purpose. That is what they That is their mission, is let's bring the world unto filth so that the Messiah must return. And I'm part way on board with that. I understand that mission. The mission is whatever it takes. Now, their Messiah and our Messiah are two different things. I think a lot of people think that the Messiah is Donald Trump. You used to. But I don't think the Messiah would bow down to fucking Israel like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. I don't know. I'm getting caught up in theology again. Let's see what else we got here. I do love this. I played this at the start. Of the previous stream. I did have to start this stream again, and I don't know what this is going to do on the internet because I didn't change the name. I didn't alter it in any way. But that stream is going to get copyright struck immediately. No, I won't play it again. I do like that, though. What's his name? David Irving. I find David Irving to be quite fascinating because he presents a different point of view to all this stuff, and I just think it's quite fascinating. You know what? Screw it. Let's just play a little bit of this. I find this guy fascinating because anyone that's been shouted down and absolutely destroyed like this guy has, I listen to them. Like, I listen to the people who have been cancelled. That's why I listen to Andrew Tate. I don't really care what people say about him. He says a lot of really incredible stuff. He is an incredibly smart guy for an incredibly dumb guy. As one of my Jewish friends once said to me, he's the smartest dumb guy I know. It wasn't about Andrew Tate, it was about someone else. But it's that is the reality of it.
Why do I say that we could have got out of the war in June 1940? People are going to say, Irving, how can you spout such rubbish and nonsense and heresy, getting out of the war in June 1940 after Britain's streets were a sea of flames, after you were fighting the devil incarnate? You had to do it. There was no choice. The British Empire was at stake. Well, the answer is Britain's streets weren't a sea of flames. Hitler had, in fact, flatly forbidden any kind of air raids on Britain. There were no bombing raids on British towns. London was completely embargoed until the summer of 1940. But of course, history now is viewed differently through the lenses of the television media of the world. Not one bomb fell on a British town, civilian target, until August 1940, until in fact September the 6th, 1940, when the first air raids took place on London in retaliation for 8 raids by Churchill on Berlin. That is the first truth. The second truth, the ugliest truth of all, is, as we find in the archives when we read them, that nowhere is there the slightest evidence that Adolf Hitler threatened Britain or the British Empire. Quite the contrary. He made a peace offer to the British in June 1940. Again in July. He had been hinting at it ever since the 1930s, and he repeated this peace offer right through until 1941, 1942. Rudolf Hess, who flew to Scotland in 1941, brought the peace offer in his pocket, which is why Hess is to this day still in prison, 92 years old in Spandau, incommunicado, 25 years in solitary confinement. Not allowed to speak to anybody, allowed to visit once a month from his son to talk about family matters, forbidden to talk about politics, because Hess knows the truth about the peace offer which we turned down in 1940. The peace offer to the British Empire, which Hitler made in June 1940, was as follows. I will withdraw all German forces from everywhere in Europe, except for the provinces which had always been German and which had been taken away from Germany at the end of the First World War. He didn't want any part of Poland or Czechoslovakia or Norway or France, except what had always been German. It was the great German dream. And as for France and Britain, although we have damaged Germany a great deal with our declaration of war and the hostilities since then, he offered to the British in this peace offer, which is in the British files if you go to the archives now, and it's in the German files, of course, he offered to the British the following terms. I have the greatest admiration for Britain and the British Empire. I want the British Empire to survive in perpetuity and grow larger and larger. If the British Empire should at any time in my lifetime, Hitler's lifetime, be threatened by any outside force, including the Japanese, the Russians, the Soviet Union, who were Hitler's own allies, I guarantee that I will provide to the British whatever forces they may ask for to help to throw these aggressors out of the British Empire. That man was our enemy. This was the man we were taught to defend our empire from.
I gotta say, that man's battle, which has been quite brutal, that has brought about more understanding of true history. Because as much as people want to say, and I've had people that I've streamed with regularly say that, David Irving has been, he's been, I can't think of the word, but he has no credibility and whatnot. But all he does is quote the papers, the letters, and the documents from World War II. And the more the awakening happens, the people are realizing that history is full of shit. Now, once again, I want to say, like, I'm not, like, turning around and being, oh, Hitler was a good guy. Like, I don't think any of that. I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I think these people, I think everything in history is shades of grey. If you think everything is black and white in history, you're out of your fucking mind. If you think there were good guys and bad guys in World War II, you're out of your fucking mind. How can you fucking think that? Do you know what the fucking Allies did? Seriously. It's reprehensible. The entire fucking thing is fucking reprehensible behavior. And people are like, oh no, the Allies were good. Oh no, Hitler was good. No, none of them were good. But we are where we are because of that history, and you must learn the truth about that fucking history. I mean, do a bit of fucking research into what Churchill was. That fucking piece of shit. Churchill was a fucking absolute piece of shit. 100%. An absolute fucking piece of garbage owned by the you-know-whos. So, you know, thinking that there were any good guys and bad guys in that shit, you're out of your fucking mind. Seriously. But once again, we are where we are because of the history. So learn it. And learn that there were no fucking good guys. But there were guys that were better. And there were guys that were fighting for something bigger. And maybe what we fought for wasn't in our best fucking interest. I really don't fucking care anymore. I mean, I'm just fucking so over this shit.
Andrew Colvett is a Jew? It's just unbelievable. It's every single time with these people. Andrew Colvett, the lead spokesperson for TPUSA, Turning Point USA, a Christian organization founded by Charlie Kirk, a Jesus-believing Christian, is a Jew.
Hey, buddy.
This is the same Jew who can be seen on tape physically intervening with and stopping another young man from giving on camera his first-person eyewitness account just moments after this incident took place in Utah, from telling the world what he witnessed. That Andrew Colvett. The Andrew Colvett, the Jew that allegedly spoke to a surgeon that violated every HIPAA law known to man, to in great detail describe to this Jew, Andrew Colvett, the bone structure of Charlie Kirk that's never before been possessed by a human being, that was capable of stopping a high-velocity, high-powered 30-06 projectile that was fired by Tyler Robinson.
Do you know what the Hippocratic Oath is? Hippocratic Oath is the main point of the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm. Non nocere. What is it? Primum non nocere. Primum non nocere means first do no harm. But now doctors have a second oath. They say primum non nocere, and then they say point 2, ignore point 1.
A tranny chaser who climbed himself up on top of a 2-story rooftop and fired the magic shot that hit Charlie Kirk in the carotid artery from the front. And then just went on the lam and went and got some Dairy Queen because he was so bothered about being the assassin that everyone was looking for. The one that prepared paragraph after paragraph of text to his trans lover that we don't know who this person is, have never seen pictures of this person, don't even know if this person exists, who's cooperating with the FBI. The FBI that told you that the Epstein files are a hoax and that they don't exist and that there was never any blackmail and that pedophiles don't exist within our government who are fucking kids on tape being captured, compromised, and blackmailed by Israel. Who, by the way, Charlie Kirk had around him in every way possible. Not just Andrew Colvett, the Jew lead spokesperson for TPUSA, but Charlie Kirk's entire security detail was Israeli. That's by Charlie Kirk's own admission. Charlie Kirk said that. Charlie Kirk may have also had Secret Service detail because Trump just recently appointed him to some board position for the Air Force. The same Secret Service, by the way, that failed allowing Donald Trump to be shot in the ear by another lone wolf gunman with a high-powered rifle that just so happened to climb himself onto a rooftop and go completely undetected. Where did that story go, by the way? Don't allow yourself to be gaslit into believing that you're anti-Semitic or that you're a conspiracy theorist or that you're disrespecting Charlie Kirk's legacy or that you're spitting on his grave or being insensitive to his fundraising wife and family because you're questioning these lies. And any influencer that's telling you these things, they have motives that are multifaceted. They're lying. They're lying certainly, and they're lying intentionally. They want money. They have self-preservation in mind. They want to be a viable future candidate in this fake political system that rapes and kills kids. And so they're going to run with the official narrative. They're lying to you. All of them are lying to you. And I will be damned if I'm going to sit here and be gaslit or silenced or be ostracized from the internet or dismissed as some crazy conspiracy theorist because I don't believe any of this shit. The ultimate trigger man was the Jew. And now the Jew is running a cover operation.
Alright, so I think Stu Peters might have gone a little far there. I don't know, but, I mean, he's not wrong as well. So the funny thing, the thing I find, like, hilarious about all this stuff is I can say 99 things that people go, yeah, I agree with that. And I say one fucking thing against these people, and they're like, no, you're fucked. You're fucking bullshit. Right, this has got some AI bullshit in it. I've got so much fucking backlog of stuff here. I might go all night with this. 12:30, so fuck it. I'm just gonna go all night. This has got some AI bullshit, like breaking the video down, but let's just fucking watch this for the meat.
We're spending hundreds of of billions of dollars on Israel.
Watch Anna Kasparian school Ben Shapiro on how Zionism crushed the American economy.
Hold on, when you're talking about the government paying, you're talking about Social Security, which is people's money?
Well, it is.
I just totally reject what you just said about how we're going bankrupt due to Social Security. Really, you don't think like the trillions of dollars we've spent on wars in the Middle East might have something to do with that?
It is not even
our
remotely a
national debt.
percentage of what we spend on Social
Our national
Security.
debt shot up significantly after we started invading countries in the Middle East. We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars on Israel. Do you think that Social Security is more of an issue compared to how much money we just shell out for conflicts abroad?
In this clip, you've got two Zionists blaming hardworking Americans for the nation's debt, and their solution is to raise the retirement age to 70. On the other side,
yes, you should work more. You should work more to pay for Israel.
journalist Anna Kasparian setting the record straight. Our debt didn't explode because of workers or Social Security. It exploded because of Israel. And she was right on the money, because this is what Zionists like Shapiro and Jennings don't want you to know. Social Security isn't a government handout, it's money you've earned. With every paycheck, a portion of your wages is set aside to secure your benefits later in life. Since 2010, however, payroll taxes haven't always covered the full amount of benefits. For example, in 2010, Social Security needed $702 billion to pay benefits, but collected only $677 billion.
Payroll taxes. Isn't that a trip?
So the government borrowed $25 billion to make up the difference. Over time, those gaps have added up to about $950 billion in borrowing, an issue that must be addressed to keep the program sustainable. However, what Zionists like Ben Shapiro and Scott Jennings don't want you to do is compare that $950 billion that the government borrowed to close the gap of Social Security to how much it borrowed to give or to fight on behalf of Israel. And we're not just talking about the $310 billion in direct military aid to Israel, but all the wars Israel pushed the U.S. to fight to get rid of its enemies in the Middle East.
Iraq, Iran, and Libya are racing to develop nuclear weapons. Obviously, we'd like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The first victory in Afghanistan makes the second victory in Iraq that much easier. The second victory in Iraq will make the third victory that much easier too.
Brown University's Costs of War project estimates that America's wars on Israel's behalf have cost over $8 trillion. Yet Zionists never mention this massive drain because it served Israel's interests. On one hand, they demand raising the retirement age of Americans to 70. On the other, they push America toward its most expensive war yet, with Iran on behalf of Israel. Do you think that American economy can survive Zionism?
So, let's be real. I know that has a point of view and a perspective that is heavily weighted in one side. But for fuck's sake. I mean, forget the Palestine situation. Right? Just forget that shit. Is Israel anyone's friend? No, it's not. Fuck Israel. Fuck those niggas. Fuck them. I got a ton of the backlog of this shit. I'm going to play this, and it might give me a chance to run and get a drink, because I know this one well.
What are your thoughts on the new vaccines that they're pushing out now?
I mean, I think that going and getting a COVID-19 booster is now reserved for the mentally ill and those who are making a political statement. I've seen this. I'm not going to listen to anything Secretary Kennedy says. I'm going to go get a COVID-19 booster. There is nothing, and we document this very, very carefully in our book, there's nothing in the COVID-19 vaccine program, starting with the fact they don't work, they don't prevent infection and transmission. The entire COVID-19 vaccine program is a fraud. So I think the American people are going to have to wake up to this reality. The public needs to understand that the pharmaceutical companies purchase all of this advertising not actually to sell pharmaceutical products. If you have an ailment, you can go to your doctor. Your doctor is aware of the pharmacopoeia for your ailment. It's to buy media influence. It's so guys like him aren't allowed to go on the mainstream media to raise questions, to propose conversations about this, because if he does, the principal advertising purchaser is going to call the news director and say, get him off. So I hope it's not too confusing of a point. They're not selling pharmaceutical products, they're buying the narrative.
Are we seeing a pattern yet? Like, I imagine everyone knows this shit and everyone's just like, you know, whatever. But surely there is something we can do about this.
Starving, brother.
Surely we can do something about this. Yes, it is another box of dogs. Glad you're here to say that. Okay, I'm going to assume just no one's watching, so I'm just going to rant. I know this is probably turn people against me, but this is, I don't really care. I cannot say anything other than what I think.
Brother, may I have some oats?
No.
I am starving, brother.
As am I, brother. The tall, skinny figure has thrown the oats at me. Me, brother. I believe they have taken a liking to me.
No, brother. I have seen this before. I have observed many things. From the roaring beast that the tall, skinny figures crawl in sight of to travel far beyond the horizon, to how the figure wept when the other had fallen into a deep sleep. And from my experiences, I have learned that they will give extra oats to one of us before taking them into the shed of no return. They will do terrible things in that shed, brother.
Lies! That shed is where the chosen ones go to dine with our tall, skinny gods. You are a fool, brother, and you shall be left behind in the mud with your backwards ideas.
No, brother! You must believe me. Share with me the oats, and you shall not reach the desired girth for the tall, skinny ones. They will spare your life, brother.
Aha! So this was all a plan to steal my oats. You truly are despicable, brother. I will not trust your lies.
Brother, when they took me outside the reaches of the pointy fences, into the roaring beast and way over the horizon, I saw it. I was taken to a gathering of these tall, skinny figures. They paraded me around, brother, and I saw the truth. I saw the tall, skinny ones consuming our flesh. I could not have been mistaken, brother. The smell of the flesh was surely one of us. They suspended the flesh above a fire and let it burn before consuming it. They did not just consume it either, brother. They took pleasure from this. Their mouths curved a wicked smile and some even let out moans of satisfaction for consuming our flesh, brother. The figures are consumers, brother. They are no different than the furry red demon that consumed and terrorized us and the feathered ones.
Your story amuses me, brother, but does not convince me. I shall have these oats myself and dine with the tall, skinny gods.
I am sorry for you, brother. Your eyes cannot take the blinding light of the truth, and you scurry back to your cave. I shall take care of your spawns they consumed, brother, as they have consumed your lover, our father, our mother, and many more.
Sandy's a stayer. Hey, Sandy. Love you, babe. I don't know, I'm just having a mental breakdown tonight. Man, those mushrooms are great. God bless you, Sandy, for bringing those fucking mushrooms over. They are pretty awesome. They haven't done anything tonight. The only thing I saw was a burning tree. Aside from that, I'm just fucking... My brain is going at 1,000 miles an hour. Which is good. Which is fine nowadays. I do enjoy that video, the pigs. I don't know. I think that it seems like it's from Animal Farm or something. Charlie, I gotta say, I mean, this Charlie Kirk thing has made a lot of us just go fucking mental because of the amount. Like okay, so the thing about the Charlie Kirk assassination is this, and I saw someone make this comment where people were going, I'm glad he's dead, blah, 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 because this and that. Someone made the comment, and I can't find, I don't know where it is, but they made the comment, they said, I'm glad Charlie Kirk is dead because he's now with Jesus. And I know that when people get a fire for Jesus in them, they want to be like Jesus. So him making that ultimate sacrifice is what he would have wanted in a big way. He would have been like, if I can make the ultimate sacrifice, it lights a fire in people to live a sacrificial life. And I think that is the power of Christianity, that people keep denying and people just don't understand that you live your life for other people. And, you know, one of the Greeks said, true growth happens when old men plant trees, the shade of which underneath they'll never sit. Something along those lines. I probably butchered it, but when you live a life of when you live a life of selfishness where all you're thinking about is who's going to touch my dick today, which is what most people think, which is how most people live. Who's going to touch my dick today? I think you people are a waste. You people are the trash. If you think like that, if you're, you know, in the Bible it says if you look upon a woman, he said, Jesus says, if you look upon a woman with lust, you might as well cast a millstone around your neck and throw yourself in the deepest ocean. Something along those lines. It's not like if you look at a woman and go, wow, she's hot once. It's if you give in to lust, if all you think about is lust. And I have struggled with lust through my life. I have struggled with it. We all do. But if that's all you think about, you're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about, well, what am I going to do to make the world a better place? You're thinking about who's going to touch my dick today. That's all you're thinking about. And you might as well cast a millstone around your neck for all the good you're going to do in the world. That is the point of it. I do want to go to Japan, and this was Charlie's final message to Japan. That sounded rude.
You have a wonderful country, and you have a wonderful country because of the people. And when the people are no more, I don't think this will be a wonderful country. And a replacement is trying to come underway. And I understand, you know, politicians have to say things like, well, I'm not against this, I'm not against xenophobic, but In some ways, you're already debating on their terms by even having to say that. You have to just say, I love Japan. I want Japan to be for Japanese. And if you're against it, you're the problem. You're imposing something parasitic in our home. Just, you are wonderful people. God bless Japan. Thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you.
どうも、じゃあもう一度盛大な拍手をチャーリー・カークさんによろしくお願いします。
The Japanese love him, and I'm alright. If the Japanese love him, I love him. Because I love the Japanese. Japanese people are fucking awesome. Japanese people are some of the best fucking people I've ever met. They are like, they have a philosophy. Japanese, I can't remember the word it is that they say, but there is a Japanese word that basically means 80%. 80%. You do things to 80%. When you eat, you eat to 80% full. You don't ever eat until you're full, until like you're stuffed like we do in the West, because we are incredibly overfed. We are the most overfed fucking people in the world. It's disgusting how overfed we are. And how much that makes us, this community is so welcoming. Damn right, you're all welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. Whether you agree with me or not, everyone is welcome here. I have noticed you. The great noticing is upon us. Shout out from Texas. Damn, we got people from Texas. I love Texas. I've had 3 guests on from Texas. One of my regular guests, Axel, is in Texas. And I'm hoping Axel will come back soon because he's fucking awesome. I love that dude. He's so angry. It's so good. I love talking to angry people. He just wants to destroy the bullshit economy of America. It's so good. I love talking to Axel. He's so fun. And he's so on point too. Everything he says is just right on. Like, you can't deny that the shit that Axel talks about, he's spot on. But I love the Japanese people. They are so amazing. What an amazing culture. Apparently, if you go to Japan, a lot of people go to Japan and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to fit into this culture. I'm going to just get in there and everything's going to be great." And people go there and the reality of Japanese culture hits people and it's like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting, like, I don't know. But everything I've heard about it, I just think I would fit right in. Because I fucking hate people. And just, I want people to just fucking do your job. God damn it. And leave people be. Which I don't know if that's a central tenet of Japanese culture, but there is very much a thing. Apparently people go to Japan and after a while they're just like, I don't know anyone here. They're not. Like, the Japanese are just like an industrious people. And they have swords, which I like. I love swords. I think we should all carry swords. This whole fucking, let's give up our fucking machetes and yeah, fuck that. I think we should all carry swords. Personally, when I become Supreme President, Prime Minister of this country, I'm giving back everyone their guns. Everyone gets guns. And we're importing monkeys. That's basically my plan for Australia. And I think it's a good plan. It's the best plan. There's no other plan like it. I walked in here, 3 guys said, "You've got the greatest plan." It's what it is. So did you hear about this? The the U.S. Air Force has arrested pilots for refusing to help Israel. Like, this is where we're at.
Multiple American Air Force pilots are in military prison right now for refusing to fly to Israel and aid them with military gear that is going to go to Gaza to kill Palestinians. I posted a video about it. They went to prison. They were arrested because they refused. They told their commanders, we will not fly this mission. They went to jail for refusing to aid Israel. These people give an oath to America. They pledge loyalty to America, the United States military. If you say no to helping a foreign government, if you say no to helping Israel, you are giving an oath to Israel now because they are in prison. They might be kicked out of the military and might serve prison time for refusing to help Israel. It is disgusting. It is gross. Check out the video. I posted it. Comment your thoughts.
Isn't that wild? But that's to be expected. I mean, that's where we're at. That's why so many people are angry with Donald Trump, to be honest. Like, I don't hate Donald Trump the way some people do. I know some people, no matter what Donald Trump does, they hate him. Doesn't matter if he does something good, doesn't matter if he does something bad. But I have just noticed that since 2016, he has become more and more owned by Israel. And that is a fucking problem. And check this out. This is how much. When they put this shit on mainstream media, like when writers in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry throw this shit in, they're just letting us know. But this is the reality. This is from the West Wing. Just watch this.
Yeah. What, you going to a flea market? Yeah, I picked something up for you. It's a map of the Holy Land that was drawn in 1709. It's titled Canaan, Palestine, or the Holy Land.
Nice. Charlie gave this to me. It's a map of the
Palestine, huh?
Holy Land drawn in 1709. You got it at a flea market. It's hand-colored, copper engraved. You're going to put it in the outer office.
Beautiful.
This outer office? Yeah, no. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because some people are going to find it offensive.
Why?
It doesn't recognize Israel.
It was drawn in 1709.
Yeah.
There was no Israel.
Right.
Israel wouldn't happen for another 250 years.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with the map?
Some people are going to find it offensive.
Why?
It doesn't recognize Israel.
Take lunch, would you? I want to show you this great map Charlie found.
Sir, I know that. You can't put it up in the West Wing.
How insane is this? They literally tell us this and put it in plain sight for all of us to see.
CJ.
It doesn't recognize Israel.
There was no Israel in 1709.
That's right.
History doesn't matter.
So it's not on the map.
Which is what some people are going to find offensive.
That's ridiculous.
No, at some level, I feel like that a lot of our representatives and people in Congress and our president, at some level, probably in their heart of hearts, realize this ridiculous nature that exists within our government. They don't want to upset the donors. They don't want to upset AIPAC. You start to slowly erode away at your humanity until you don't even recognize yourself. And in this, it shows just a glimpse of that erosion happening.
That's it's such a terrific video that was shown on mainstream television. I still think sincere pessimism, the unpardonable sin. This is the problem I have, Roger. I fucking struggle with this so much because I do not want to be putting content out there that is making people lose faith or lose, or I don't want to be putting stuff out that that pessimism. I think that is the worst thing that we can buy into because pessimism just leads to giving up. So I'm seriously aware of that, and I fucking agree with Chesterton. Chesterton was a brilliant fucking guy. I've got to read more. His fucking take on the sexual revolution was like so based. That was the shit. That's like, you read that shit and you're like, yeah, this guy knew what he was talking about. Like, this guy fucking, he saw. But that is absolutely it. I really struggle with that, because the amount of times I try to, like, I want to put out a hopeful message, but I go back and forth on this stuff. It's so hard. It's so hard in this world to be positive, to find the positive sometimes. And tonight, I'm drunk. I've been drinking. I don't drink much. I normally don't drink. But tonight I've been drinking, and I've done some other stuff, and I'm just... But that is so true. But I do want, like, are they, you know, this, I mean, I just question, this is the problem with my brain. My brain just questions everything, and I find it very hard. This is why when I find something that is true, I lock in on it. Like, I'm just like, fucking bam, that is true. Because it's like, there's a technique, and I'm sure I've talked about this before, but it's called the Alice in Wonderland technique. And it's where it's actually a technique for interrogation, where you throw questions at people that are just nonsense. It's like, you say things like, how would it feel if nothing else changed, if everything else changed, nothing like it did now, but everything stayed the same, but nothing changed within this element of change? Like, whatever it is, the question makes no sense. And the brain automatically your brain just automatically goes to, like, I have no idea what you're saying. I can't process what the hell you're saying. And you throw question after question of this at the person. And then finally you ask them a question which has a kernel of truth in it, and which has some bearing to reality, like, where were you on the night, or who was with you at this time? And your brain just naturally grabs at that question and goes, that's something real that I can grab onto. It's like falling through the air and there's nothing to hold on to, and then suddenly there's a branch. You just grab onto that branch. And this is what social media does to you. When you're scrolling through videos, it's like, here's some puppies and kittens. Here's a person getting stabbed. Here's someone getting shot. Here's some people being nice to each other. Here's a hopeful video. Here's terrible black people attacking white people. And it just, you just fall helplessly through the ether. And it's a great way of controlling people and programming people. You really... Like, the things that we're up against are fucking... They're barbaric. But they're not only barbaric, they're fucking genius. Like, I have great fucking admiration for the elites who are pushing these systems of control on. I have great admiration for them, because they are so clever. Like, these are not stupid people. We cannot for a minute think that we're up against a bunch of fucking dummies. Like, it's just... You know what I mean? I have great admiration for them. Like, I cannot help but admire clever, smart people. And I don't think any of us should. This is why, you know, the people that we're up against, we need to learn from them. The problem is, I don't know what we do about the people who have succumbed to their trickery and their witchcraft. Like, the people I hate more than, you know, the Jews or the Zionists or whatever you want to call them, these people or the elites, the people that I fucking hate more than them are all the people who have succumbed to their fucking trickery and just blindly go along with, yeah, I suck, I'm a white person, I should recognize my privilege and fucking, The people that won't fight, that's the people I fucking despise more than anything. And I think there's a fucking consensus amongst us that we agree that the people who we really fucking are really fed up with more than anyone are the fucking cowards that just cow down and just go, oh yeah, I suck. I need to just bow down and fucking... I want to fucking take a bunch of homeless people into their fucking homes. I want to go over there and be like, oh yeah, hang out with them, just be like, listen to their fucking bullshit, and then just go, great, and just walk out and get a bunch of fucking homeless people and bring them into their homes and just say, here you go. Sleep wherever you want. Take whatever you want. Take the food. Take whatever you fucking want. And wake these cunts up. There's something called the orders of love that Catholics believe in. And the orders of love, if you fucking understand that, you understand how a fucking society works. And it's the most basic shit. But the orders of loves is like, a man loves his wife, he loves his children, he loves his home. Then he loves his town, he loves his community. Then he loves his nation. Then he loves the world. You have orders. Because there is an order to the universe. And you can fucking, you know, if your whole gig is like, I'm going to rebel against the order of the universe, vaya con Dios. As I say, you do you. I don't give a fuck. But you're going to get what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So I don't know. As much as I want to put out a positive message, I just fucking... I struggle with this shit constantly. My brain, like, ask Sandy. When me and Sandy hang out, my brain is just pinging. I'm just fucking... I can't stop it. But this shit freaks me out. If you're happy to eat cricket... See, this is what pisses me off, because I've known these people. I know these fucking people. I know them so well because I hung out with them for years. And they're like, oh no, we'll be in admin. We'll be doing admin. History's a great teacher if you pay fucking attention. How's my not swearing going? It's going real well, isn't it? Anyway. So,
Would you go to a flea market? Yeah, I picked something up for you. It's a map.
I imagine we've all known people in recent years who've died of cancer. Well, I had a friend a while ago who died of skin cancer. Really, make your own sunscreen. There are recipes on the internet to make your own natural sunscreen. You just use like coconut oil and a few things like that. Coconut oil is a base, but I had a friend that died of skin cancer a while ago, and I don't believe it was the sun that killed him.
According to the National Cancer Institute, since the introduction of sunscreen in 1940, melanoma has increased by over 200%.
Everyone is spraying these toxic sunscreen sprays all over their body. I have this brand right here, Banana Boat. This stuff is full of isobutanes, fragrances, and different type of benzoates. That's basically petroleum. This stuff derives straight from fossil fuels. And you're spraying it all over your body because it's easy, it's convenient, and you think that it's protecting you from the sun. But what it's really doing is putting all types of toxins and chemicals all over your body. It's disrupting your endocrine system, and it's preventing you from absorbing the sun properly. It's actually frying your skin. Isobutane is made from butane. That's what's inside my lighter. That's what's inside this Banana Boat sunscreen right here. It's getting all over your skin, your largest organ. And this is not limited to just the Banana Boat brand. There's many other brands that use the same toxic ingredients, full of isobutanes, full of fragrances, full of benzoates, and other toxic ingredients that you're spraying all over your body out of convenience. But the reality is, it's killing you slowly.
When I'm in the country, the sun out there is fucking insane because we're literally in the middle of two deserts. The big desert and the little desert. You can address your mail to 35 Pickering Street, Big Desert, and it will get to me. So I spend hours a day out in the sun just soaking it up. I don't get burnt. It's fucking amazing. It stings like a motherfucker. It's crazy, but I don't get burnt. But what I do is soak up a lot of vitamin D. So yeah, find some natural shit. Douglas McGregor, this guy's wild.
Kirk was not killed for what he said. He was killed because people all over the world were listening to him.
Yep.
And as a result, somebody somewhere decided that he presented a danger to the status quo. Kirk was not killed for what he said. He was killed because people all over the world were listening to him. And as a result, somebody somewhere decided that he presented a danger to the status quo. Kirk was not killed for what he said. He was killed because people all over the world were listening to him. And as a result, somebody somewhere decided that he presented a danger to the status quo.
That's how it works.
Shapiro of having dual loyalty.
How can somebody pledge allegiance to two countries?
If you accuse Ben Shapiro of having dual loyalty, they go, oh, that's an anti-Semitic trope. That means you hate the Jews.
Dave Smith, Jew, right? Speaking out against this bullshit. This cannot be anti-Semitic.
But then he'll sit there in his own words and say...
That's why the existence of the State of Israel is the single greatest guarantor of my loyalty to the United States, frankly. Because Israel is there as a backstop in case anything should go wrong.
So you're already saying you have loyalty to both of these countries. In fact, I'm not so sure about one of the loyalties, but I'm very sure about the other one.
Ani Benjamin Shapiro, Bnam Shel David Vekela Shapiro. Israel, a land of heroes and dreamers who stand together.
We ask a Jew, do you believe America's your country or do you believe Israel's your country? The Israeli court said a person can only have one nationality. Is your nationality Jewish or is your nationality American? And if your nationality you say is Jewish, then what's your country? Zionism is intellectually absurd.
Obviously, that's absurd. I quote the New Testament, but I also refer to common sense when I say that no man can serve two masters. It's not possible.
because you can only really pledge your loyalty to one person or one country. That's just a fact. And there's also a sense, and this is relevant to me, and I know you're speaking about Israel.
Then Tucker comes out, says, you should have your citizenship yanked if you fight for a foreign army.
I think anybody, by the way, who serves in a foreign military should lose his citizenship immediately. There are a lot of Americans who've served in the IDF. They should lose their citizenship.
Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of American Jewish youth go to Israel and fight for their army instead of our own.
You can't fight for another country and remain an American, period. Obviously. I mean, it's like not even, it's so funny how all of us have been cowed into being like, oh, that's hate speech. No, it's not.
So that's a direct blow to not just the Israel lobby, but like the whole concept of Jewish communal life as it's understood by its leadership.
How can
The amount of Jews that are coming out and speaking against this shit is fucking amazing, and I love these people. And like I say again, I love the Jewish people. These are not our enemies. I don't like this whole fucking... I don't like people that say there are no good Jews and stuff like that. I don't like that shit. Because there are so many fucking good Jews. There are fucking amazing people. These are the people that need to be protected. Not these fucking Zionist cunts. With their fucking trickery. If you do any research into this, you find that it goes back to a criminal organization. These people have indulged in blackmail and criminal activities to get their way. And these are the people who are running the world. And these are the people that I would like to see a long tube put against their head and a projectile come out of that tube and fly through their fucking skulls. Because the world would be a lot better off without them. But this is a criminal organization. It's not just Jews. It's fucking... This goes back to... You look into the mafia. These people were blackmailing... what was his name? The head of the FBI that dressed in women's clothing and was having a homosexual affair. Back when that was like verboten. That was like those guys, they were blackmailed from the start. Now you look into the JFK assassination, and these people have been running the world for a very long time. And they get their way every time. And this is the frustration that people have with Trump. Because he came in with all this rhetoric of like, I'm going to drain the swamp. And he just got in there and he was like, well, now I'm part of the swamp. And this is the problem I have with Trump. I don't have a problem with him as a man and as himself. But the fact that he let himself get mired down in this filth, it's... But also, at the same time, I understand you've got to work with these people. You have to work with these people. This is why I don't care who it is. A lot of people will say, oh, well, Fuentes is going to be the next guy or whatever. He will have to work with those same people. So unless he goes like, and we already see him being co-opted, so I just don't see there's a lot of hope for this, but I still believe in the potential because we are the majority. The people who are sick of this shit, we are the fucking majority. And all we have to do is stand up to these fuckers. We do that and it's over. But as it is now, like it said, Ben Shapiro, his whole fucking business model relies on us hating each other. And it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's see from Tim. I think I'm going to wrap it up.
There's no way anyone elected Trump for this. 3 years ago, the right wing solidly supported Israel. Right now, they don't. 3 years ago, it was unthinkable for a majority of the right to have turned against America's funding of Israel. Now you are seeing people under 40 on the left and the right agreeing that America should not be funding whatever the hell Israel's doing. You know, building Las Vegas on the Gaza Strip. Nobody's in for that. Nobody's in for that. When the Israeli finance minister comes out and goes, hey, we spent a lot of money on the war. We got to get paid back a little bit. We're doing a real estate project. It's on Trump's desk. It's all fine. People under 40 are going, hey, man, I can't own a house. I can't pay back my student loans. Why are my tax dollars funding you guys going and building Miami in Gaza? Who's that for? Who's that for? And why are people funding it? You know, if you work at a 7-Eleven for 12 hours a day on your feet, your tax dollars are going so that real estate developers can build luxury condos with like floating bathtubs in Gaza. There's no way anyone elected Trump for this. There's zero possibility that people elected Donald Trump so that their tax dollars could go to luxury real estate development in Gaza. And now if you criticize that, they'll take your visa. If you're a foreign student, they'll just shut you down. So shut the up, get out of here. Everybody thinking that Jimmy Kimmel being removed and indefinitely suspended from ABC means that you are winning, you're a fool. Your tax dollars are going to build casinos in Gaza. You're not winning. This is not what winning looks like.
Everybody knows. This is the point. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That's how it goes. And everybody knows. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. And fuck this stream. It's going to get... This is going to get copyright struck anyway, so... But I never learned enough. Let's go out with some Nada Surf.
To the voice that told me always love. Hate will get you every time. Always love. Don't wait till the finish line. Slow demands come round. Squeeze the air and keep the rest out. It helps to ride it down. Even when you then cross it out. But always love. Hate will get you every time. Always love. Even when you wanna fight. Self-directed lives. I wanna know what it'd be like to aim so high above any card that you get dealt you. Always love. Hate will get you every time. Always love. Hate will get you. I've been held back by something. Yeah, you said to me quietly on the stairs. I've been held back by something. Yeah, you said to me quietly on the stairs. You said, hey, you good ones. Hey, you good ones. To make a mountain of your life is just a choice. But I never learned enough to listen to the voice that told me always love. Hate will get you every time. Always love. Hate will get you. And I've been held back by some.
Love yous.
Again, but I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh, no, not another box of dogs.
It's another box of dogs!